Hello, hope you're doing well. Kyle here, back with the Sabres at the start of the calendar year in 2030. So we're in a bit of a slump here, 3-game losing streak. So made a couple changes with the lines, moved Tavares up to the second line because he's been playing really well, 27 points in 38 games. Moved McLeod down. He's a guy who I might be wanting to move because he's really good defensively, but not a ton of offense. And also, he's a minus, and he also has more giveaways than takeaways. So he's got a lot of trade value as well. So if I want to roll with Tavares, who could drop definitely and could also retire at the end of this season, that's pretty likely at age 39. But he's been great this season so far. So I could take a risk and trade McLeod. I also do have Luca, who I can move up. Wahlberg as well, so potential there. But McLeod is a guy who I might want to trade, and Freddie Gaudreau as well. Same thing, minus player, not a lot of offense, which I didn't get him for, but good defensively, but he has more giveaways than takeaways as well. So those two guys are on the block, and we'll see what happens there. But we'll see what happens the next game or two with these moves, and then go from there. Also, we're struggling to score goals, and our power play is not great, so I may need to make some adjustments there. But to start here, we'll get through this game against the Oilers and hopefully get back on the winning track. And we lose again, so that's 4 games in a row. So I am going to need to make some changes there. The power play dropped as well, and only scored 1 goal. And now our penalty kill is down to middle of the pack. So I'm going to make some changes on the power play here quickly and see if I can spark anything. And I'll be back for this game against Vegas in just a sec. Okay, so moved a couple things around, and let's see if we can get a win against Vegas and snap our losing streak. Here we go. Advanced day. Come on now. And we lose big again, 8-2. So I think at this point we need to make some moves. So we're, now 5-game losing streak. And here's a trade, Freddie Gaudreau for a 4th and a 7th. I'll hold on that for now because I'd like to get players back if possible. We're now out of the playoff spot. We're 1 point out. So yeah, we need to make some moves here quickly. So I mentioned McLeod and Gaudreau, but we need some offense. So I think that these guys are pretty good. Obviously, we're holding on to Benson, Nichushkin, Stankoven. Hellenius, probably not a guy on the second line that we want. But he can grow into a good player, hopefully. But he might end up being like a Luka kind of player, right? So we need a playmaker, another playmaker to go alongside of our shooters in, Tavares, Stankoven, Nichushkin to a degree, and Gensel. So I'd like to get a second line playmaker, and then we can move Hellenius down and have Wahlberg and Luka with him. So I think we try to move McLeod for that. And then for Freddie Gaudreau, we'd like a 4th line guy who can play good defense and who doesn't give the puck over, turn the puck over. So I will take a look quickly, and I'll come back when I have some options for those. Okay, so firstly, to fill that second line spot, I looked for playmakers, second line role with 5-star puck skills. I took out a couple guys. Patrick Kane was one, 41 years old, so unlikely that he plays longer than this season, and he could drop precipitously. And also Kirby Dach was another, but he was making nearly $10 million a year. That's just a bit too much for the role I want. So these 3 guys, another Carolina player, Jackson Blake, could trade for him potentially, who is pretty good. That'd be funny. So potentially maybe a little unrealistic, but I don't know. I think that's fine. Kind of a 1-for-1 it would be, McLeod for Blake. But I like Gavin Brindley. 25 years old. He's got good puck skills, and he barely shoots, barely a shot per game. So that would fit well, especially on the second line where we have 2 snipers right now. Now, the only thing that I'm now thinking of for realism's sake, Ryan McLeod has a modified no trade clause. He does not have Carolina or Colorado on his trade list. So I would have to either trade him to another team and then trade assets back. But that kind of throws the realism because I'm pretty sure we're in like what, year 4, year 5 now. Colorado and Carolina are probably still pretty good. Yeah, Carolina's the top of the division and Colorado's the top of the division. So they're not going to trade guys who are in their like top 9, top 6 for picks, right? So if I could flip McLeod for a player who would go on their team, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, so let's do that because I do want Brindley. I think he's the guy that I want over Blake, and that makes a little bit more sense. We're not making 2 huge trades with Carolina within a year. So let's take a look firstly at Ryan McLeod and who he can be traded to. So so Hawks, Kings, and Islanders. So we'll do that. That's fine. Now, where are those teams? Islanders are in a playoff race, so that makes sense. They would want to acquire a top 6 guy. Kings as well, and so are the Blackhawks. So any of those teams make sense for me to trade Ryan McLeod to. And now let's look at Colorado and see what kind of upgrades their team would need. So second line center for sure. Bottom 6 is whatever. Do they have anybody injured? No. And then defensively, they're pretty good. So a second line center from Chicago, the Kings, or the Islanders, or like a middle guy. Okay, sorry, I just had to cut away for a sec there. But I found out what I think I'm going to do. So we're going to go to the Islanders. No, do I want to send him out of the division. So option on the Kings is a one Mr. Barrett Hayton. So this is a slight upgrade for them. And if I send McLeod back that way, hopefully that'll work cap space wise. Yes, it will. And we have a bit of an advantage there, so I might be able to get some assets back, maybe like a 3rd round pick. Might be able to get more than that, actually. What about a 2nd round pick? McLeod for Barrett Hayton and a 2nd round pick. That looks pretty good. They don't want to give up Hayton, but they do want McLeod. So that is pretty good looking there. Let's make sure we get as much value as possible. If I have to readjust, then I can. But McLeod for Hayton, a 2nd and a 3rd. They do. Wow. They really like that. I think that's pretty fair, but okay. Hayton as well as 2nd and a 3rd coming back our way. And so now we'll just do this quickly so we don't have to change any of that. Maybe even could have got a 1st. Anyway, so there we go. Ryan McLeod, thanks for your time. And Barrett Hayton will be a very short-lived member of the Sabres because we're going to flip him immediately to the Avalanche. Again, I think this is fair. They need a 2nd line center. They are, wow, look at all those clauses. Holy moly. They're lacking down the middle, and they're barely playing Brindley, right? Like it's 8 minutes a night. He's playing 3rd, maybe even 4th line minutes. So I think this is fair. He's not getting a shot here, and he will in Buffalo, and they want Barrett Hayton as well. So this might work out really well, actually. And we're going to actually stack up a ton of assets. So, anybody? Not really. Any prospects, maybe? What am I doing here? Potential No, not at all. So we'll just get picks from them. Shoot, could I get it first? Maybe. Probably not, but let's try. Why not? No, not even close. Worth a shot. Okay, how about then a third, fourth, fifth, and a sixth? For Hayton, that probably won't go through either, although they want to give up all those picks, so maybe. No. Give me back the third, take out the sixth. That looks a little bit closer. They do. Okay, so we turned Ryan McLeod into Gavin Brindley, a second, 2/3, a fourth, and a fifth. So I think that's pretty good. Obviously, we'll have to see how well he fits in with the team. This might be a total bust, but I am pretty happy with how that looks. So Hellenius will go back to the third line, and then Gavin Brindley will slot right in there alongside Tavares and Stankoven. And Wahlberg he can play right wing, or left wing rather. Luke will go back to center. And Hellenius can play right. Cool. And then I'll just get Gavin Brindley on that power play in place of McLeod. And that looks pretty good. So next, I'll take a look at some replacements for Freddie Gaudreau, and I'll be right back when I have found some. Okay, so I found someone who can hopefully replace Freddie Gaudreau. He is currently injured, but only for a few more weeks. Again, I'm not sure if this lowers their trade value or not, but it is Adam Lowry, who wants to come to Buffalo. He's got 1 year left at $4 million. That's fine. We've got lots of cap space, and we can re-sign him next year if we so choose. And then heading back will be, as mentioned, where is he? Freddie Gaudreau, who they want. So probably need to add a tiny bit, but we can add one of those draft picks that we acquired in the McLeod swap. And wow, I forgot how many second-round picks we have. We are loaded on picks. Holy. So we could make some big upgrades, definitely. But for now, I just want to kind of sit and see where we're at with these moves. So how about, Gaudreau in a seventh for Lowry. Even I could probably take off the seventh and just see if that goes. No. And I bet you the seventh will be like, they'll be over the moon. Okay. Our seventh, that should go... No, a bit low. Okay. So we'll do a sixth. So Gaudreau in a sixth for an upgrade in Adam Lowry, who again won't be back until early February, which is, not too big of a deal. Okay, still a bit low. But we can bring up Vigo Bjork and get him a couple more games. In the meantime... And that should go through. There it is. And we'll do our roster moves here. And then I will do my adjustments, and I will come back, and we'll hopefully get a win. Okay, so here we go with the new additions. Let's hop into this game against Seattle and see what happens. We really need a win. We cannot fall off any more than we have been. So we really need to get off to a good start here. Hopefully our new guys can chip in, or our new guy at least, in Gavin Brindley and Vigo Bjork getting his second shot at the NHL. Good penalty kill there. And they score. It's Berkeley Catton, who's probably nearly 90 overall at this point. But Nadeau on the fourth line with 2 seconds left ties the game at the end of the first. Potentially assist for Vigo Bjork for his first NHL point. And power play for the Sabres. Don't capitalize there. It's Bobby Brink for Seattle to score to give them a 2-1 lead. Can we answer back like we did in the first? No, it's Ryan Rubrick who will score to give Seattle a 2-goal lead. It's now 3-1 at the end of the second. And we need an early goal here. We need to get some momentum back in our favor. And there he is, Vigo Bjork, his first career goal. That's huge. He could potentially have 2 points in this game. Fourth line doing everything. Where is the top 9? Benson, Gavin Brindley. Can anybody do anything? No, but the effort from Viggo Bjork goes for naught. He did have 2 points, so good game for the kid. 10 minutes of ice time. But, yeah, Owen Power had an assist, but not much else happening. Luka -2. Dang. So we lose again, and that is now 5 in a row, I believe. It's 5 or 6. So things are not looking good. 6 in a row that we have lost, and we are now 5th in the Atlantic. Still just 1 point out of a playoff spot, but we're 2 games back of the Rangers. So something needs to change here, and I don't know what it is. Do we change up the lines again? Stack our top guys, maybe? Who's doing what? Benson, Nichushkin, Gensel, and Tavares were doing really well. So the top line is good. We'll keep Brindley there for 1 game. Actually, we'll see if we can get him on board with Adam Foote. But maybe we need to fire Adam Foote. Is that crazy? Not really. As of recording this, that just happened today in real life for the Canucks. They let go of the whole coaching staff. So a fresh start in Vancouver. Maybe that's what we need here in Buffalo, because we have been struggling. Gavin Brindley does not want to change his scheme. So what can we do? Let's try another sim against the Sharks here. Devin Levi's doing his part. And can the rest of the team pick him up? There's Jake Gensel, first line striking early in the game. Can we keep up the momentum, keep up the pressure? Power play for the Sharks. We kill it. Another power play. We kill that one too. So good penalty killing. Gonna need more than 1 goal though, I think. And we are being outshot quite substantially. And there he is, Macklin Celebrini, 96 overall or something like that. But Nichushkin, our first line center, strikes back. So the first line taking over this game. Last game it was the 4th line. This game it is the 1st. And we go into the 3rd, up 1. Can we hold the lead? Nadeau again. 3 goals in the last... What the... Are you kidding me? What the hell is this guy doing? What the hell is Viggo Bjork unreal? So, dude just scored a natty hattie in just over a minute and 6 seconds. That's maybe the most insane thing I've ever seen in this game. I guarantee this man had less than 3 goals the whole year up until that point. And Sikora scores as well. What the hell just happened? What a crazy game. Hat trick, 2 assists for Viggo Bjork. Maybe we keep him up. Holy. Goal and an assist for Sikora, +4. Yeah, 3 goals on 7 shots in 9 minutes of ice time. So the 4th line absolutely taking over these last 2 games. That is crazy. I guarantee that doubled his goal total for this year. Let's see. So Nadeau. Nearly. He had 4 goals in 41 games. Actually, 3 goals in 40 games, and he's got 4 in the last 2. And Viggo Bjork, 4 points in his last 2 games. And Sikora, 1 goal in his last 41 games. Nice. Okay, so we're back on the win streak. Oh, I guess not the win streak. We're back in the win column, I should say. So let's continue. We'll do a calendar sim here and hope we can keep that up to the trade deadline, ideally. And we'll keep things the same if we keep winning. We'll see what happens when Adam Lowry is, and we lose right away. Immediately, that's good. This team might just be bad. I might need to fire Adam Foote regardless. And we come back with a shootout win there against the Sens. That's good. and a win against the Devils. There's back-to-back. Another win against the Islanders. Can we win back-to-back? What happened? We do. We lose against the Sens, but we won 4 in a row prior to that. There's a bounce-back win. So, I think we keep it until we lose, which could be this game against the Kings. Yes, it is. Okay. So, we win against Seattle, but I think we get Lowry in there, but we might be keeping Viggo Bjork on the team, honestly. Okay, so we are now 4th in the division. We are in the first wildcard spot, which is huge. So that stretch really propelled us up to a good spot. And let us see. Actually, I don't think Lowry is fully healthy yet, is he? No, he's not. So we'll wait until he's fully healthy, and then we'll make our decision on, we should get him into the lineup, but about who's going to come out. Because the 4th line was kind of going crazy. Okay, so here we go. Adam Lowry will make his Buffalo debut in the next game, but let's check out Viggo Bjork, because if he's doing well, I want to keep him around. So remember, he had 0 points in his first 6 games, and so 7 points in 12 games since coming up, and he's a +5 because he's, I think, a -6. Ooh, so he might be making a case to stay on the team. How about Nadeau? Anything? 1 assist in the last 9 games, so he hasn't been doing much. And Sikora, not much either. But these guys are plus players now. Oh, man. Hellenius is not doing much. This 3rd line kind of stinks. Oh. 7 goals, 4 goals, 8 goals. Luca's got 4 goals, man. Oh my God, what do we do? I think we need to keep the 4th line because they're playing well. But do we send Hellenius down? Let's see, is he waiver eligible? Because if he is, I might send him down. No, he's not. Okay, so we got to play him. Wahlberg is not doing much, but he's... Damn it. And Luca's not doing much either. 10 points. -7. What are his stats like? He's got more giveaways than takeaways. You know what? This video is going a little bit long, so I think we're going to end it here. But what I'm going to do is Adam Lowry will go in there. 3rd line. And that gives actually a lot of chem there, so that might be good. And I think we're going to trade Luca because he's not doing much. And he's 88 overall. He's not playing in our top 6. He's not going to play in the top 6. I think his value will never be higher. And he's kind of a net negative at this point. So I think that's what we're going to do. In the next video, we will trade Luca Del Belbaluz, and hopefully we can continue the Alex Tuch trade tree in a positive light for the Sabres. So lots of stuff going on in this episode. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.